They be like, ooh, ooh, she say, he say, he rob. How that sound and he still talk.
What up, everybody? It is HeSaySheSay Radio. It is your boy Solomon.
It's your boy MJ.
It's Uncle Kel.
And I'm Shadea.
So today, we're going to start it off a little different with me because we got a couple people missing, but it's okay. We're going to go ahead and get this thing rocking, and we'll see them next time. We miss y'all. Anyway, so lady named Tanya McDowell, actually a homeless lady, Tanya McDowell, was arrested, sentenced to 12 years for signing her son up. She signed her son up for a school that was out of the district of where, not even where they live, because she's homeless. Mm-hmm. So, I mean,
that's messed up.
It
don't make sense.
It don't make sense. I'm confused. The thing is I'm confused now that I'm really just looking into it. Why, if she's homeless, how can she sign up somebody out of her zone of where she lives?
Her zone.
What is the zone?
Whatever she make it.
So technically, before we even go there, let's talk about that.
Let's go into the details.
This is serious.
Damn, I didn't even think about that.
It's serious,
Her
but
area code is wherever she wants.
yeah, wherever you want to be. I'm not trying to be funny, but if you want to stay over here one day, you can. Over there one day, you can. It's not this is my home.
Yeah, I don't.
My thing is, people do it all the time, bro.
All the time.
All the times. Like, say for instance, I stay in a school zone where I'm supposed to go, but the community is bad.
Exactly.
I'm sure my mama not gonna want me to go to that school. Like, parents want what's best for their kids as possible. Mm-hmm. So if that means I gotta ship my son to a school 30 minutes away from my house, then I got to.
You gotta do it.
So I feel like nobody should be punished for that. That's just wanting, what's best for your child. I'm sure you're not finna send your child to a school out of your school zone that's even worse than where you stay.
Yeah, it's always what it is. All it is trying to keep people behind.
Mm-hmm.
If, let's say, she's sending him to a better school district than he would have been in, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now it's like, nah, we want you to go in the school district where you paying your taxes at, where their money is going. We want to keep you over here.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like,
Separate.
okay, why separate it like that? And then, how come, I just don't understand, 12 years?
That's a boost.
Whoa, hold on now. 12 years.
12 years.
Just for address that.
These people don't get 12 years for drugs.
It's 12 years for writing a different address on the paper.
People don't get 12 years for murder.
Honestly.
So this lady did nothing but try to
better her kids.
better her son's education. Mm-hmm. But
right,
yeah,
already in a bad situation.
Yeah, like
so now the mama go to jail and little man is
foster.
Right.
Foster. So at that point, how is that fun for the kid? If we're all about the kids, how's that?
It's
how's that
not
fun?
all about the kid. That's the problem. It ain't.
What it's all about
Because
then.
this child is left behind.
Exactly.
So.
And then on top of that, the argument or the in between is Felicity Huffman was convicted of bribery after paying $15,000 to rig her daughter's SAT scores. And
How much time she get?
30 days.
A month.
It's
Hold on.
A month.
She paid $15K.
15,000.
Now that's illegal.
$15,000? I'll give you $100
No.
to rig my
$15,000.
and got 30 days.
And you got 30 days behind bars.
But I want something better for my son, so I'm gonna send him to this better school.
Get 12.
I got 12.
But and for what I'm reading, she didn't even sit him. She signed him up. So he ain't even go.
He ain't make it.
Damn, he ain't even get there.
Like, what's
He
up?
don't got his mama.
So now, of course, the world is looking at this as a racial thing.
I mean, how could you not?
Come on now, like.
It's clear as day.
Have you heard of
At
a white
this
kid
point-
get in trouble for this?
Bro,
Did they parents get 12 years?
I'm not really a person that just point out, this racism, but come on now, bro. This clear as day.
This is clear.
Come
racism.
on, bro.
Just like the whole couple months ago when they found all those rich people paying the colleges for their kids to get accepted. Yeah.
To get what? I ain't even read about that.
Yeah.
Accepted into the school.
To get accepted into the Ivy League schools.
They'll pay them?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
They
She was just
paying
one of the most famous ones.
Who?
This lady.
Huffman last name.
She was on Desperate Housewives, and then she played the prosecutor in, not the prosecutor, but the lady in When They See Us. She was the one convicting. What's it called? She was the lady that said they gotta
prosecutor.
go. Yeah, prosecutor.
Oh. No, that's her.
Yeah, that's her. In,
Damn.
Obviously, in real life.
Yeah, so
Oh,
Look at her.
oh, so it's an act in real life.
Yeah, she's an actress.
Yeah.
Look at her.
So yeah, it's basically summed up to be racial because this lady's homeless.
You can't never catch a break.
She don't have anywhere to stay. Her son doesn't have anywhere to stay.
No education.
No education, or the education that she didn't want for her son.
Right. It's
I want Jay-Z to get involved in this so bad. Just
Somebody
throw an
got
attorney
it.
out there.
I'm sure somebody.
Somebody gonna
Hell,
do
Kim
it.
K probably gonna get on that.
Yeah, hopefully somebody.
Kim Gay.
I would have a
Kim K gonna
serious.
come through.
I would have a serious issue with Hollywood if somebody didn't get this lady out of jail.
Yeah.
Cause I'm pretty sure she has a bun. Come on now, she has to.
We
Now,
talking about
that's
the black
it.
lady?
Yeah, huh?
The homeless lady?
Yeah, I'm sure she has a bun. Now,
Yeah.
if they saying 12 years feds, that's it, that's all. That's
Yeah, that ain't right.
Somebody better step up and say something.
ain't right.
That's one of the amendments though, like no cruel or harsh punishments.
And that's exactly what this is.
Which one is it?
It's 2.
3.
Come on, no.
Oh, I don't even know.
Yeah, so I'm praying for this lady because that how can you sit in a cell at night knowing that you actually did nothing wrong and you're in jail away from your
so
kid?
much other stuff you can do to get 12 years.
Yeah, people don't even get 12 years for murder. Like,
It's not like
what's
she
going
left her
on?
kid at the school, you know,
Right.
she's a crackhead or something like that. She just
Like she left him in a burning car. Like
she went with the better.
yeah, I'm gonna send you to a better school. I'm gonna go to jail though. Like what?
And
I
I really want to find out how old this kid is. I didn't get the information on that, and I want to find out how long has this lady been homeless?
Yeah.
Cause
Hopefully something gives. Hopefully somebody
needs to get her out of there, man.
Yeah.
Somebody to get her out of there, get her a place to stay.
Big facts.
And even if they trip on the whole school thing, I wouldn't even let it ride. I would still fight it because that's at the end of the day that's giving up, and it's kind of what they want us to do.
Honestly.
So, man, hopefully she get that taken care of.
Oh, he was 5 then.
He was 5?
He was 5 when this happened.
Wow.
5 years old, and you gonna send his mama to
Wow.
jail?
Bro, he's only that's like pre-K.
Yeah, he just started school.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
And let me go into this before we get off this topic. We have people who go to other schools to play sports,
Mm-hmm.
high school.
That's what I was just finna get into.
We have people who transfer their kids at the drop of a hat to go play football, basketball, baseball, whatever they want to do. And the only quote unquote punishment that they get is sitting out a year of not playing on the highest level, which is varsity, if they get that. So this 5-year-old kid who don't even really know what's nothing right now. He don't know too much. You done sent his mama to jail for 12 years.
Can't believe it.
That's bad. That's something that
The system.
that's exactly what it is. But like I said, hopefully someone with some power, and when I say power, I mean money, and a name, can get this lady out of jail, get her somewhere to stay, get her kid back, because I'm pretty sure she's already out of jail.
Yeah, this happened in 2011.
Well then.
Damn.
It
Well,
just
then.
resurfaced because of the recent the lady. The lady with the 30 days thing.
But that does not
It still don't justify the
it does not
situation.
justify that it happened, and it does not justify that he was 5, and it does not justify that she was homeless. So this show was not created
This
in
is an
2000.
example.
Yeah.
Use it.
Goddamn breed.
This show was not created in 2011. So, every now and then we will bring up stuff from 2004, 2003,
1997.
wherever we need to bring it up to bring some awareness.
It's about awareness,
Yeah.
That's on that.
So we got to bring it to the people. Because we don't, who will? So
Ooh, that's right.
So that's y'all 2011 talk. Next week we're gonna pull something up from 1996. So y'all be ready.
The history lesson for the
Yeah.
Cause some of y'all weren't even born in 96.
Me.
Me too.
And me too. So
MJ too.
so we're gonna put y'all on game
Yeah.
next week.
So what's that hot topic look like?
That hot topic right now is, when do you get to the point, or what point in your life do you get to when you say you have to separate yourself from society and say, you know what, I need to better myself. I need to sit up and evaluate myself to be a better me.
I feel like it comes to the point where you feel like you're losing yourself. I heard this one dude who said, I lost myself. I mean, dang, what'd he say?
Come on, you got it.
I know. I found myself when I lost myself.
That's good.
That's a good one. I started to steal his tweet, but I had retweeted it. But that's real good because it shows you it ties into like how you got to pull yourself away from people and away from things like you're tied to say, okay, I need what's better for me, because like I feel like I'm losing myself. I'm losing sight of my goals, my dreams, the things I want to accomplish in life, because I'm living this life where I'm trying to please people too much to where I can't even really be completely content with myself, completely satisfied with myself, because people is like, I always want to be like this Superman to people, right?
You don't want nobody to see you not doing what
Yeah.
they think you should be doing.
Yeah, and so you tend to lose yourself, and so that's when you kind of pull yourself away from people. Like, okay, I need to chill. I need to really find out, okay, what is it that I need to do to reach these certain goals, certain dreams in my life. Get back to the basics.
I think when you fake something for so long and you can no longer catch up and keep up, that's when it's like, let me pull back.
Yeah.
Because, they say that all the time, fake it till you make it, but sometimes you be faking it a little bit too much.
Too
Yeah.
much.
And when you faking it a lot, and then people kind of, catching on to that, I think that's when it's like, you know what, this is not who I really am. I'm trying to be somebody else.
Yeah.
No.
So let me chill in.
That's
I kind of feel like I'm in that position in life right now where I'm starting to try to separate myself from anything that's a distraction, anything that's not going to better me, which is probably like 90% of society. Like, I feel like
good percentage.
Yeah, I look around and I'm like, okay, what are people my age doing? What are people my age like not doing? What are older people doing? It's not right. Okay, well, how can I better myself to where I'm on a level of where people want to get on my level, right? So I just feel like when you start to thinking like, okay, well, I need to refocus. Like Solomon said, when you lose sight of yourself, when you really don't know who you are, that's when you sit back and you're like, okay, I need to find out who I truly am. Because if you don't, there's gonna be a lost soul out here.
Yeah.
And once you become a lost soul,
That's
You
a
fit in
terrible
with the
thing,
rest
bro.
of society.
you
That's
just
the worst
like
thing to
everybody
do.
else at that point. Not saying that it's not a lot of similar people out here, but to be exactly or too close to what other people are is not good, because if everybody's the same, then how can we view a difference?
Yeah, I feel like God, and not to get real religious, but I mean, it's just me. I feel like God made you an individual, right? So if you are in touch with what society has going on and so focused on what the outside world got going on and worldly things and stuff like that, now you lose your
integrity.
Yeah, you lose yourself. You're not an individual anymore. You just like the rest of the rest of people out here, and who wants to do that?
It's really something that I feel like you can go ahead and recognize early too. Like a lot of people, I think a lot of people sit up and wait and try to continue what they have going on. Like Shadell said, you fake it till you make it, but then you faking it a little too much, a little too long.
Some people fake it till they believe it.
That's another issue, because I've always went by this little slogan and it ties into the same thing, but I go like as far as like lying. The more you lie over and over, the more you believe your lie.
Yeah.
So once you start believing your lies, it's like, that's who I am. So when it's not really who you are, but you did it so long that it has become you, that's when I feel like it's kind of too late. But then again, it's not. So
It's gonna be much harder to get back to.
yeah, it'll take a little bit more effort for you to get back to where you really need to be versus where you think you are, because you're not really there. You're there, but that's not who you are. So you're really not there. So
It's just about having a reality check at the end of the day. You gotta realize, and it's some people who might put themselves on a higher pedestal than where they really are, and don't want to, I don't know. They basically lying to themselves about who they are. You putting yourself up here when you really not up there. Like I see it so often right now. Like it's people you couldn't tell them nothing. You would think that they was the richest, most
in the world,
man, but it's a front that they putting out there. I would just wish those people would, okay, let me separate from society. Let me really just see who I am as a person and better myself as an individual.
because at the end of the day, you're not doing nothing but putting on a show.
Exactly.
I think the moment that you separate yourself from society or your surroundings or whatever, like true growth happens.
Yeah.
Because you don't have those distractions. You don't have people telling you what to do or those comparison things. It's just like, you know what, it's me, and if you're religious, this is just me and God, or this is just me and whatever,
That's true.
And so you can take that time to actually dig deep and grow and change. So.
Because you're not focused on what everybody else is doing.
Right.
You're not focused on the outside world. You're not focused on the main thing, I would say, is when you separate yourself from society and trying to better yourself, when you're focused on what truly makes you happy and not what makes other people happy, whether it be your parents, family members, coaches, friends, anybody. When you focus on what makes you happy as an individual, separating yourself from society and becoming a better person will be way, way easier. Because a lot of the times when we lie to ourselves and stuff like that, it's to put on an image to be likable to other people.
That type of stuff.
When you don't care about that, it's so much easier to progress as a person.
True.
That type of stuff to me leads to like extreme like depression.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
Because deep down you're not that person.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why I said I feel like you should catch it earlier when you first notice it, because a lot of people ignore the signs.
Yeah.
A lot of people say, nah, this me.
Some
And it's
people
like,
get caught too much like in the hype. Like a lot of people pump their head up and they're like, okay, this is probably the life I should be. This is probably me.
Yeah.
Right? When in reality it's not even you. And now you're conflicted and you live in two different lives. So you're living a life for them, and then you want to, live your true life and be authentic to your core. And now like when you go to sleep, you have nightmares and you're sweating and stuff in your dream because you're dreaming about stuff that you're trying to live, but
it's not for you to
yeah
live.
It's not even for you.
Because I feel like at the end of the day, if you have to think about, is this you? It's not you. Because being you,
That's a
It
good
should
one.
come
yeah,
naturally.
it's just
Like, I
natural.
know this me. Say
Yeah,
it.
yeah. This me. But if you got to be like, did I do that to say, or did I do that to show? Then that's not you.
Did I do that to show?
Yeah.
Did I do
I
that?
like that.
Did I do that so
I
that
like that.
I'm with the
That's
crew?
deep right there.
I'm
Yeah,
with the
if you got to
boys,
think
part of
about
the
it,
gang.
it ain't you.
That's
Because
deep
it's not
right there.
natural.
Exactly.
I'm gonna tell you another thing. Before you do something, if your first thought is, wonder what such and such would think. I wonder what they gonna say. Like, no lie, I get caught up with it too so many times. Like when I get to buying like shoes or like cars or
Like,
something.
shit with this
My first thought before I even buy the shoe is, when I post this home, I wonder how they gonna
Big
react.
money MJ.
I might not even like how the shoe look. Like, no lie to you, I bought some shoes. I was just like, man, I really don't even like these.
And I did
But
today.
I know Twitter gonna like these.
Twitter gonna like them.
It's gonna blow up when I
And he
post
talking
it.
about something. Give me one reason not to buy them.
Cause you know you gonna get a response.
Right, right.
Oh
But
God.
when you look deep down, you like, bro, for one these shoes, $800.
It's my rent.
It's my rent. I really could do a lot with this money, but I'm finna buy this to flex for somebody I really like, I'm trying to please people who don't even know me.
True, because when that flash hit these shoes,
It's gonna be sparkling.
He's gonna
all
sparkle.
day.
And you wear the shoes a few times and that's
Probably
it.
twice.
I say twice.
But it's the image of, okay, well, I'm gonna have myself on this level, and I want people to think of me as this person and stuff. But that's not who you are at the end of the day. Like, none of us in here rich, but it's everybody in here can act like we rich.
Right.
Yeah, and that's why I said if you gotta think for a split second, it ain't you. You don't like it, none of that, because like MJ said, with the whole, even when it comes to like designer stuff like that, if you can't look at whatever that is and truly say, oh yeah, I like that for you,
because you like
not
it,
because if I come through the airport with a $1,100 Louis Vuitton suitcase, everybody want to look. Ooh, nah, it ain't.
Who is he?
It's because I want that. That's what I want for me.
Yay!
So it's getting to the point where a lot of people are faking it, and it's really destroying them, and it's destroying them slow, and they don't even realize it. So
I'm finna buy me a LV bag.
So, like, speaking on people not living in their truth, recently Kevin Hart and a bunch of the people and Lil Nas did this barbershop talk.
Baby shark.
And, like, Lil Nas was talking about him coming out and why he didn't want to and yada yada yada. Like, now when I'm looking at this, it's just like, yeah, his situation was like him coming out being gay, but like, why do y'all feel like people don't want to live in their truth and be comfortable with who they really are as African American?
Because I feel like it's a cultural thing when it comes to, especially, rappers. Because, I mean, technically, he's an artist. Lil Nas is an artist, but you might can just say he's a rapper. I mean, you might throw him in that category. So when you look back on history and the culture, what rapper that's black or gay? Like, just out here, oh yeah, I'm gay, but I'm finna rap this song to you. So at that point, it becomes like, nah, I'm holding back. Like I said, if you got to think about it, it's not you.
True.
See, it was him, but he had to think about it. So with that being said, it's kind of like, okay, the perception of me being gay to other people might make them think this of me. Honestly, if it's you, you shouldn't care what nobody else says.
True.
But that's so hard for a lot of people to do because they feel like you're going downhill. Oh, if he would have said he was gay before Old Town Road, how big would it have got? So it's like you got to flip it around. So
I ain't even think about that.
yeah, once he dropped it, it was like, because at that point you're faking it as a fan. If you bumping Old Town Road, then he gay ain't listening to that.
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
heard a lot of people saying that on TL. I'm like, for one, you're not comfortable with yourself.
Yeah.
Because you was just bumping this song.
Exactly.
Not knowing he gay.
Like, till I can't no more. Just going hard.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you can't listen to it. Nah,
Right.
like his music because you like his music.
You get offended by the words now.
Yeah.
Every little word he say,
you wanna
he
ride?
gonna take his horse. What horse he talking
He
about?
was just singing it yesterday though.
I thought he cheated on the girl. He cheated on the dude.
No,
It's
he,
like,
gonna, he gonna
bruh,
ride till he
like,
can't no more.
Yeah, it's like, why does that matter to you now that he said what he said when, first of all, it's a song.
Yeah.
So with it being a song, how can you tie your life up into him?
That mean that's how you think.
Yeah, that's how you thinking at that point. So it's
I feel like a lot of people not. I don't know. Like a lot of people so afraid of being judged to the point where they'll never fully fulfill like where they're supposed to be in life. Like never be able to be comfortable being themselves. Like for instance, anybody who knows me, what do I talk about on the TL 24/7?
feet.
Okay.
Feet.
I'm comfortable enough to know, like, I don't really care about what nobody got to say.
Right.
Like, from my tattoos to my tweets, I'm gonna be me. There's one thing you cannot take away from me. Like, I'm gonna be my true self. If you like it, if you don't, I don't know nothing else but to be myself. But that was the way I was raised, is be yourself no matter what, right? But a lot of people, it's instilled in them to, you have to be this certain type of person,
For people
right?
to like you.
To be likable, not realizing in my head, the way I think, I would rather be liked for my true self than being liked for who I'm portraying. Because eventually, that person who I'm wanting to like me or these people, I'm gonna have to come out as my true self one day. or I'm going to be uncomfortable my whole life, which is nobody wants to do that.
And that ties into I was watching a documentary last night of Dennis Rodman, and when he first got to the league, it's like he was so what everybody wanted him to be. And it got to the point where it was driving him crazy because he wasn't being Dennis Rodman. He was being somebody else. So it got to the point where it drove him crazy so much that he bursted. And he was at the point where he was sitting in his truck with a shotgun ready to kill himself. Because it's like, yeah, they like me, but I can't keep doing this to myself. Like, it's not me. Yeah. So at that point, you know, luckily he didn't take the route of, you know, committing suicide, but he flipped it. And turned out to be, when he was Dennis Rodman, the Dennis Rodman he wanted to be, or who he really was, people begin to like him on another level. So you got to kind of, you know, flip the switch on people because people, they'll play games all day. So here go the people that like him over here for not being him. Those people left, but then you got this new group of people. So I'd rather have the group of people who really, really like me versus the people who just faking and flogging. So I feel like it turned out good for him in a way, but then, you know, he had other trials and tribulations down the road, but for him to flip that switch and just be himself, I think it helped him out a lot.
I think oftentimes a lot of people can't live in their truth because they get caught up in that comparison thing. And when you like look at somebody else and it's like, dang, I kind of want to do that or be like them, but I could never do it. So you try to do something else, or like you try to put on this facade. And so I feel like when you get caught up in that, it's like you get caught up in your head often too. And so at that point, you're not living in your truth because you're looking at somebody else and because you're also telling yourself that you can't do it. And then you can't, if you're telling yourself that you can't do it, like I always believe, if you don't believe in yourself, then nobody else will.
That's the truth.
So yeah, you don't believe in yourself. That makes it worse. But let's say that person that you're comparing yourself to does believe in you. You're not gonna take it in. You're still gonna be like, well, nah, I can't do it.
You still don't believe in yourself.
It, you know? And so I feel like people getting caught up in that, their head and in that comparison thing, like really messes up that mentality of I can't be who I truly want to be because I'll never be that person.
Very, very true.
And then a lot of times people are afraid of the cruelty. Like, of course you're gonna get the backlash, but people can be very cruel. And a lot of people don't have tough enough skin to say, you know what, forget that. I ain't worried about what they got to say. Some people, you could say the least cruel thing to them, and it's like they break. So a lot of people are afraid of that because they know that's what come with it. So when you know that you don't have that tough skin and you know that you're going to need it, but you don't have it, you tend to just say, you know what, I'm not going to put myself in that situation. So once you don't put yourself in that situation, you continue to fool your own self because you're still not being you. So, I mean, shout out to him for doing it. Me personally, I feel like he should have done it before all this fame and whatever. But then again, I don't even think he knew how famous he was going to be.
It's like he's strategic.
And it is strategic because...
I mean, because we all thought it was a publicity stunt.
And that's the thing. I was just going to say, a lot of people say any publicity is great publicity. So it might have been. But if it wasn't, then like I said...
man, that's a wild publicity stunt.
It is.
That's far.
And see, that's why...
Stretch, huh?
And I'm glad I brought up Dennis Rodman because I was watching a documentary, and for those who didn't know, Dennis Rodman, when he became himself, he walked around with dresses on, he walked around with wigs, he walked around with makeup, all that. But he said he was not gay. It's just who he was. Oh, I like to put on a dress to go out to eat and a wig, but I'm not gay. And it's like, okay, but now everybody talking about you. And at that point, once everybody gets to talking about you, you already this star. Once everybody gets to talking about you, here come the endorsement deals. Here come the money. Because like, oh, okay, we want you to model this shade of lipstick. They gonna pay him to do that. So you just made what, a couple million because you said you're not gay but you wear lipstick. So it's like, it could be publicity, but at that time, you kind of gotta really care and not care about your image.
Yeah, because that's kind of tough. Only I say it's tough. Like, I respect anybody who comes out as gay or bi or anything like that, just because of everything that goes on with that. like it's a lot of cruelty that goes towards that community. So it's somebody to come out, like people get kicked out the house for that, people get murdered for that, people like legit lose friends, family members that legit say we not gonna talk to you no more because of that. So for anybody to come out, celebrity or not, like I respect it. Now you talk about timing wise, like I can't really say nothing about his timing wise because who knows, maybe just now he was okay, I feel comfortable coming out. Maybe when the song like first came out, he didn't know it was gonna be such a hit.
Yeah, that's why
So
I said
he
I don't think he knew how
I'm not
big
in
he
the
was
public
gonna
eye
be.
like that. There's no reason for me to come out.
Yeah.
So now it's like, okay, well let me go ahead and let it be known. Why? I mean, he has no choice but to go up from here. I don't think he's gonna go down. He made the #1 song in probably the world over the past few months. So
He was on that top #1 Billboard.
Literally,
for a while.
for weeks. So
Yeah,
it's
for a while.
like now, okay, I'm comfortable enough to be my true self. I gotta applaud it.
And I'm glad that a lot of, people, and not just regular people, but celebrities were, supporting him in it because, like I said, it was some people, as far as the whole, I'm not going to listen to this no more. Like, why? Like, what made
What's your
you,
reason?
what is your true reasoning behind it? And is your true reasoning behind it legit?
Because you can't say, oh, religious wise, I'm not gonna listen to it because I don't agree with the. Have you listened to rap music? Like,
Yeah.
We don't talk about nothing good religious wise in rap, so that's not an option.
Yeah.
The only way you can say that you don't like him or this song is because he's gay, which would make you homophobic.
Yeah,
At the end of the day, if you said I'm not gonna listen to this song because of his sexuality, I can't even really fool with you like that just because I know you don't agree with people being them true selves.
Yeah. It's a wild situation, but
All right, Ben, let's take it here. Everybody put the thinking caps on.
Okay. I'm ready.
All right. All right, Ben, let's talk about pressure and how do we deal with pressure. But the real question is, what makes us keep going back to things? I mean, what makes us keep going back to something that isn't working?
Convenience.
Convenience. I was gonna say convenience.
That's it. So just because it's easy and accessible for you to keep going back to you, but
I think,
or keep going
I
back
feel
to
like
it,
that's the reason why we go back to stuff that works. It's
that
like,
isn't working.
Oh, that isn't working.
It works for the moment. It's very temporary.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people, I feel like a lot of people don't value longevity. So if something is working for you temporarily and then it goes bad again, and you say, okay, yeah, I'm done with that. But then you say, well, if I go back to it, I know it's gonna work. Let me go back again. Let me go back again. So at that point, it becomes repetitive. So a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people don't value longevity.
But if you keep going back again, ain't this working?
It's not working. It's working for the moment. See, that's why I brought in longevity. When something is working, you want it to work for a long period of time. You don't want to say, okay, I want this girl, but I only want her for 6 months. You don't say that because at that point,
Some
for
people
what?
like that though.
The same
Puts on a contract. Shit.
Yeah, it's a contract. That's not longevity.
Extension. Might not.
So
Might get re-signed. It depends on how you do this season.
Might get released.
Y'all ready for me to say it?
Might get traded. Niggas
mind.
ain't.
Trash.
I mean, that's just what it is. I mean,
I feel like that's the definition of insanity. What is the definition of insanity?
Crazy.
Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. If it ain't working, why keep going back? You're insane.
I think some people are like blinded to the fact that it don't work.
Some people are obsessed with the potential in people or in things. So
chance
they-
after chance after
yeah, so they fall in love with the potential of seeing you do better,
Never get the potential.
but that potential is never fulfilled. So then they fell in love with shit, with stuff that's not, with stuff that I felt it on a personal level.
I like that.
So they felt it out.
I like
so they
that.
what I was finna say?
It's a bad thing
You
to
get
do.
it? Yeah.
It is a bad thing to do because at the end of the day, you're not doing nothing but inflicting yourself with pain.
You shooting your own self.
Yeah, because I feel like life is painful already, or it's going to be if it hasn't already been painful for you. So for me to inflict pain on myself, like MJ said, that's insanity. You know, why slap myself in the face when it's all gonna happen anyway? So it's like the convenience, and then the whole point of, like I said, we don't value, and I say we, I feel like I'm speaking on our generation. We don't value longevity like we should. Everything is temporary. It's always, yeah, okay, I'm gonna rock with this for a little while.
For a little bit,
then I'm gonna switch it up. How can you keep something so how can you get something on track and get it popping if you gonna stop and do something different? It's not gonna work. So I feel like you just gotta.
That's very true. Yeah, man.
I think it's a mind thing too.
Oh.
Like you go back to things that don't work, but because I feel like in your mind it's like at some point.
Sometimes people just be deeply too in love.
Are we talking about love?
It can be.
It can talk about like anything.
It can be anything.
Like going back, sometimes not working. Why you keep driving your car when you know it's not working?
Because you got to get from A to B.
Exactly.
So what?
Faith that it's gonna work.
That.
Potential. Hear that?
I mean, but back if we talking about going back to things that's not working, relationship wise or whatever, like people play mind games with other people. So okay, cool, it don't work this time, but you know what? I've changed, and I think we got
So you
potential
try it
now.
again.
Why you got a man's voice like men always
My bad.
saying that?
Well, you know what? I've stood back and got back from society to work on myself. See, I did that.
Okay.
And now, I just feel like we're gonna work out, stuff like that.
Because you're living in your truth.
So, no.
Yeah.
Not me, not she. But I'm just saying, and so then you go back to the thing that broke off, and you just in this constant repetition, because in your mind, it's like, all right, yeah, I changed. He believes me. Cool. Then y'all back in the same place that y'all were. Here, then y'all not together no more. Something happened. Y'all back. Like, it's like.
Then you use that to your advantage. Like, some
so
people, like.
You play a mind game with somebody else, and they're naive, maybe, and still believe that you changed and you're going to get better and stuff like that.
Then a lot of people are afraid to start over.
Ooh, that goes
A lot of people are afraid to start a new journey with either a new person if we're going to relationships, a new job, or new anything. A lot of people are scared because they don't know what's out there. So once you see, okay, I can do this or keep going back here because I know what's going to happen as far as the good part for me. Now, it might go off the cliff again, it might not. But if it continues to go off the cliff, I'm going to keep trying because one day it might not go off that cliff versus you saying, you know what, let me try something different over here. Yeah. A lot of people are scared to start over and take a new path. So
you waste so much time going back to stuff that don't work.
Yeah, you do.
Because at that point, you're not learning no types of lessons. You're not growing from nothing.
Trying to reignite stuff that died.
You're staying stagnant.
Content.
Yeah. So.
With the convenience of the potential. Ooh.
I like
that was good, yeah.
Potent.
No.
Yeah.
So you couldn't be like that was good, but
it was good. It was good. I like what you did.
Must it really be good though?
I'm gonna throw something out there.
Okay, what's up?
Right? And I feel like y'all gonna like it though. Okay. How do men
I'm trying to rant.
feel on how other races view them? I'm gonna say, how do specifically black men feel on how other races view them? And are black women taught, and I can interchange taught and what's the word I'm looking for? I can just say taught. Are black women taught to settle while other races find a provider? I don't want to say taught because I don't think any family member actually teaches you that, but are black women expected?
Okay, expected. I think that's
to settle while other races find a provider.
Okay, so
let's go with the first one.
Yeah.
How do black men feel on how other races view them? Because we hear it a lot that we're fetishized. I guess that's the word. Fetishized.
I don't even know what the word is.
They have a fetish about you.
Yeah, they want us for certain reasons. Maybe just certain stuff.
Sports.
Yeah, or they want mixed kids, or they want athletic built kids. They want I don't know, whatever they want us for. Do y'all have a problem with that? Do we even care? Do we?
If that's the situation, yes, I have an issue with that because at the end of the day, it's like
you don't like me for me.
It's like we're a thing. We're not a person anymore. We're a thing.
An object.
Yeah, we're an object at that point. It's just like when you cook. You want your food to taste like this, so I'm gonna grab this and put this in it. You don't really care too much about that as long as it does something for you. So it's like with us, we're not people anymore. It's like we're objects to make you feel good.
I see it like they want us for what we got than who we actually are. So they want us for he can give me this, but it's not. It's like one of those things, like you said, he can give me a mixed baby, or he can give me a real athletic son, and I know that's a good investment for me.
You know what's crazy though? Because when we say something like that on Twitter, they want us for what we got. How surprising is it that is all different races of women, but I'm gonna say specifically my queens, my black women that'll come back and quote it and be like, well, what do y'all have?
Oh God,
Y'all don't have nothing. What's up with that, Shadea?
Let me show you what we got.
Yeah.
Come here, Julia,
Marissa,
Margaret,
Ashley,
Stephanie.
Mariah.
Why is that, Shadea? Why do y'all feel like I thought we was y'all's kings?
Right.
Well,
We don't have nothing to
Look at
offer.
here.
Because anytime we say we got something to offer y'all.
well, what is it?
Yeah.
Let me show you. Come here, yeah.
Because I feel like maybe, how do I want to word this without? Sometimes, like, you don't show what you have to offer up front. We got to work for it.
Yeah.
And I just feel like, if we're going back to the aspect of being athletes or, providing that mixed child, that's like evident. You can do that. Obviously, if you can play sports, you got that. You're going to go to the NBA if you're good. Stuff like that. If you have sex with a white girl, of course your kid's going to be mixed,
It'll be cute.
But as far as...
That's what they want you to think.
I was just gonna say before you go there.
I didn't say it. Solomon did.
What?
Listen,
told me to
before
say
you
it.
go there, all mixed kids,
Well,
whether
he
you
the one
white,
that said
He said it.
whether you white and black,
He told me to say it.
Mexican
He
and
said
black,
say it.
Mexican and white, no matter what
No,
you're
I
mixed
know these
with,
kids are cute, but
are
they're
cute.
solid.
Let's not go.
I'm going to ask this.
Hold on.
Oh, you're not done? Okay, go ahead.
So I feel like when it comes to like black perspective, like a black girl, it's like,
You'll be cute too.
I mean, huh? You said they
What?
be cute
Clear the
too.
conversation.
Everybody
black
can be
kids-
cute.
Yeah. Everybody's cute.
Yeah.
Not everybody's cute, but
Everybody got potential.
Ooh, back to that. Okay, so no, I think like
It was a close call.
I think maybe other races look at black men on some. They have some to provide. For us, it's like, okay, we kind of look. Let me just say me.
Oh, so we just average.
No.
Oh, okay.
Who's better?
Oh no, sir. Like I feel like for a black person, it's like, okay, cool. I'm not gonna look at them for they athlete,
Athleticism.
Yeah. That and cause you can't provide me no mixed child because we both black, stuff like it's like what else substance do you have? Like what do you have to offer besides those tangible things,
Let me ask y'all this, fellas.
See,
I like that. I like that.
Because
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask y'all this, fellas.
about
Do
myself.
y'all feel like other races of women value black men more?
No.
I wait.
Okay,
and
I
it-
can't answer. 'Cause
I was talking to the man.
Oh wait.
It depend on what we trying to do.
And I'm-
Yeah. I'm finna say, I feel like in certain aspects, other races view black men on a higher level than their own race for certain things. Now, if we really want to go into those things,
Let's go into it.
we can go into them.
See,
Give me an
here's the
example.
thing. No, I will say this. I've been in, not been in situations, but seen situations where a other race of woman, right, will value a black man more as far as like letting him be who he is, letting or not trying to be okay. Check this. When you tweet something about what you want in a woman on Twitter or something, and a girl comment and be like, "LOL, like this is me," right? Somebody gonna comment back, "Oh, pick me. She's a pick me," right? So a lot of black women shy away from trying to be a pick me, right? A pick me will basically be a woman who like anything her man needs, she's on it. Like if he asks for something, she got it. To a lot of black women, that's a pick me, right?
Pick me right
White, Indian, Mexican. A lot of those women, when it comes to us, literally, I'm sure we know it. I'm sure we've been in situations. You can ask them, "Hey, I need to borrow $500 right now."
Here you go.
Here you go, baby.
Yeah.
Ask a black
All
woman
right.
that. Why
So,
you need it?
Hey, I hate
Why
to
can't
make
y'all give us
this
$500?
correlation,
Uh-huh.
but I think a lot of it has to do with not having that male figure, like that father figure for a female.
For a black
For
or
a
other
black
women?
woman.
Okay.
I think maybe some of it has to do with the fact that that father figure was not in their life. Just for those that can relate to. Because it's like, I didn't see what a black man could do for me growing up.
So now you gotta go up independent.
So
now
now
you don't
I
need no
need
niggas.
to physically see what you can offer. You know? Like you can't just talk. I'll talk, no action. It's nothing. You can say you got something to offer, but if you don't show it, then of course I'm not gonna believe you.
Okay. You know, I kind of have a. Let me see. How we going? That was a great point. I like that you said that though, because it took us to having something to offer, right? So we see a lot of women tweeting about one of the men who got this, one of the men who got that. You gotta have this, you gotta have that, right? So let me ask you this, because I feel like
Get his hands.
I honestly, I really feel like
I feel like I know where you're going with this.
you know where I'm going with this.
You want something to offer for somebody else, but what do you have to offer?
Basically, yeah.
Okay, so there goes that. Because let's say somebody has standards all the way up here, but they can meet their standards. So of course they're gonna want somebody like them. Now some people in some cases want these top-notch standards and they middle notch, you know. But if I'm top-notch, I want somebody that's top-notch with me.
That's a good standard to have.
Okay.
But the problem with that is, which is gonna take us to the second part of this, is a lot of women, and I'm not even gonna say black women, it's a lot of women, period, wanna hit you with that, "Oh, I need a man who gonna pay them bills. I need this, I need that," right? Now, in the topic we said black women because a lot of the times it's more like, okay, we a lot of black men get on black women about saying something like that. Problem is, we don't see a lot of white women or Hispanic women tweeting or talking about that like that, right? We don't be seeing them, "Oh, I need a dude who's gonna pay these bills. Like, don't message me unless you cash apping me." Like, what? Why?
Maybe a lot of that has to go into how every culture is raised differently. And so maybe some people who, I can't really relate to that, cash apping, you gotta pay my bills type stuff, but but like, maybe those girls, like, maybe their mom, like, was on she always had a boyfriend, or her dad was always giving her money or stuff like that, or always doing this for her. Okay, so that's what she grew up around. That's what's built inside of her mind, that a man needs to do this for me. Whereas me, like, my biological father was not in my life. I grew up independent. Yeah, I had a stepdad, but whatever. And so to me, it's like, I don't need no man. Not in that, like, in that financial aspect. I'm gonna do what I gotta do on my own, period.
Okay.
So,
You holding your ground today.
Huh? Oh, and I am. I always do.
Do you feel like it's unfair though that we'll get on to y'all about having these high standards? Do you feel like?
I do. I think because at that point, I feel like you're making an excuse because you're not able to get to that point.
But see, it's some stuff that standard wise that's kind of like, for instance, I seen a tweet yesterday. Girl said, "LOL, dude gonna ask me on a coffee shop date, a date to the coffee shop, what I look like."
That's
First
so
of
cute,
all,
because you can build conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, build.
Why do you want me to spend $100 on you on the first date? I
Where
don't
do you
even
wanna
know
go?
you. Like,
I take your ass to Waffle House.
oh God,
Whoa.
in a heartbeat.
sounds so weird.
Go ahead.
I always wanted my first date to be at Waffle House or the bowling alley. So
Them
I'm
some
so
live
low maintenance. Like,
cheap dates.
Like,
But see,
high maintenance
why
on
why
my
is that
own,
considered low
but not
maintenance? If
Well,
it's a
it's like-
first date, I honestly just feel like a first date.
anywhere besides the movies.
I go to the movies on the first date, but women be expecting $100 first dates. Like, I'm not gonna
That's a-
throw $100. I don't know you. Like,
Because if I'm not willing to spend $100
Right.
on the date, I wouldn't expect somebody else.
I don't even
to
like
not
spending
even
over
buy.
$20 at a restaurant on myself.
God, like I don't even
That's just
spend
me.
money on food like that. I'm not gonna take nobody on $100 date, but that's an
Better meet me
expectation.
at Whataburger. Shit.
Well, I've sat back long enough and let y'all talk.
Oh, let's hear it.
What
Let's
you got,
hear it.
Kevo?
Now we in distress.
Well, I feel like this because I go back to where MJ was coming from about the whole why do you want a guy to have this, this, and this if you can't have this and that or you don't already have it. Then when you said the whole part of if I'm here, I need someone else is here.
Mhm.
Well, let me put it to you like this: what's wrong with helping out somebody?
Okay, see, because
Wait.
Okay.
What?
Ooh, you better do it.
What's wrong?
You better go.
Stop
You
it!
better go.
Stop it! Don't gang up on me.
Go there.
And see, it's not a gang up thing. It's just a question.
Say it, Kelvin.
What's wrong with hey, I have this, you don't. Since that's what you want,
Ooh.
you prove to me that you want to do that. Let me help you do that.
You know,
At
who,
that point,
who does that?
who?
White women.
Right?
It's okay, baby. You can use my credit.
Yeah. And see, that's the thing.
Okay, so at that point, you're kind of taking advantage of that.
No, that's
No.
help.
That's why I
help.
said. That's why I said.
Yo, oh, he ain't got
We need the
this
help
car.
that
He
we
ain't got
need.
this help. I can't even fool with him.
On me.
Let's just break it down a
I
little
need
bit.
somebody that's gonna be like, hey.
That's why I said if a guy really wants to get there,
Mhm.
sometimes you need help. That's anybody.
Yeah.
With whatever it could be, financially, mentally, whatever it might be. Sometimes people need help. So what's wrong with you saying, you know what? I see that you really want to do this, or I see you really want to get here. You can't do it on your own. Let me help you. I feel like personally at that point, the relationship is more genuine because now you've felt each other. Now you guys have kind of been through something to kind of say that we have a connection. Versus, oh, I'm a millionaire. I need a millionaire. Okay, once two millionaires get together, it's just like, okay, two millionaires. I don't really know your work history. I don't really know your drive and what you do, but we're two millionaires. So I feel like, for me to sit there and be like, you know what, let me help this girl, or let this girl say, let me help this dude. Let's build together. Then at that point, y'all made that connection, and it's very, very special.
Problem is, a lot of black women
Don't have the patience.
don't have the patience for that, and also they not trying to build with the
Hold
person.
on. Wait a minute.
They not trying to. They not trying. They want theirs
Oh, this is just.
They want theirs
Say
right
that,
now.
huh?
made already.
Right.
I sat in the car with this girl the other day, and she was telling my girlfriend about how she picked a dude who already had a car, who already had a house, who already had some money, and she ain't settling for nothing less. I said, if you would have met me a year ago, I wouldn't have had none of that. And she probably still would have messed with me. But a lot of women ain't going for that. They want somebody who is made. And it's like, when you gonna have somebody build?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So let me just say, Kel said, if you hear, you're gonna help somebody grow.
Mm-hmm.
If I can let me just honestly say this: if I see somebody trying to better themselves, cool. I have no problem with, dipping and dapping. And
Yeah,
see what's gonna
that
happen.
was my point, to
But-
help if that person is willing. But if you
Right.
don't sit there and like you said, take advantage of what I have to offer for
Yeah,
you,
then-
then of course at that point it's like, no, we're not gonna do this.
And so then that experience makes me build more standards
I don't think so.
for me.
I don't think it should
So
be that way.
now, any other guy who's maybe struggling a little bit, you ain't going for it because you didn't seen it before. You know how that world gonna turn out.
Because think about it like this. Let's say these are your standards. Let's say these are your standards. Nobody has met them. Everybody continues to fall back down every time they get close. why are you keep going here if nobody has even got here?
Okay, so maybe it's not a center, maybe it's a wall that keeps getting
Even it's
built.
a wall. It's keep getting built. If nobody hasn't got past the 4th panel, why you have an 8th panel if nobody could get past the 4th one?
Because somebody will come along and have that 8th panel.
But what?
What I'm supposed to do? Settle?
But
No,
they got to get to
you
the
gotta
4th
wait
one
for
before
them.
they get to the 8th
Wait
one.
for them.
Not wait for them like that, but you got to be patient and understanding that,
all
hey,
their life and that person never get there.
it comes to a point where you know that this person's potential is never going to be fulfilled to my standards.
So you're settling at that point.
It's not
No.
settling.
It kind of is. He just said
You should know. You
that
can-
this person is never going to fulfill.
Have you
my
ever
standard.
thought like, okay, well maybe my standard
A little too high.
is
but
too high?
No, because I've had high standards that's like out of this world.
And have anybody met them?
Calm down.
Relax.
Chill. But I'm saying like that was like younger me. The older I get, the more my standards change. They're still high, but they change because
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
more
Realistic.
like yeah.
Wait, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. My thing is, I don't think standards. I don't think you lower your standards. I think you become more realistic.
Okay.
So at that point, that brings it down for you. You're not just lowering them just to lower them.
Humbling.
Yeah, it humbles you because at some point you have to say, okay,
I know I can't get no trillionaire.
yeah, you cannot do
Well,
this
if I'm
right
not a
now.
trainer, why would I-
I'm not a millionaire, but I want one.
Honestly, I would eventually want my girl to be a millionaire.
Yeah, so at that point, it's kind of like
I'm literally sick of it today.
you have to be more realistic with yourself. So
Okay, but still, I can be realistic with myself and know that I don't.
That you're not finna settle for nothing
Yeah,
less.
I don't necessarily
So-
want somebody that's just. All right, yeah, I've been trying, and it's still not trying.
So would you help your man build?
Yeah, I would help him build.
Now that's you. Okay. Now let's talk about like people around you, your homegirls, your
Right.
friends. Do you think that they would? You know what? Okay. Put it to you like this:
Okay.
when you have a conversation with your girl or with your girls about who they talk to, right?
Yeah.
I can guarantee you
Can you?
the first few topics of conversation are, girl, he got a house. Girl, he drive, right?
what he drive?
What he drive?
Well, you need.
Where he stay?
That's the point.
Mm.
That's the point. Who are you to tell him that he
He
needs
need a
that?
car.
Who are you to tell him that he should be where he?
Oh,
No.
You don't know his
Let's go,
finances.
Who are you to tell somebody you're 23 years old? You supposed to have a car.
Like you his mama. Now you been his mama.
Calm down.
So the thing is, we are not in any situation to tell somebody
Okay,
where
but-
they
okay,
should
that's
be.
True. However, if I. How do I word
You didn't answer my question though.
What was it?
Why? Is that some of the first conversation that you have?
I know cars and stuff, but
Y'all don't ask about that.
I mean, cars is not for me.
No, so when you have a conversation with your homegirls and they trying to tell you like, okay, I met this dude, right, and stuff like that. For the most part, because I have a lot of female friends, for the most part, the conversation is, where does he live at? Does he have his own place? Does he drive? And what type of car does he drive? Right?
And
And
what-
does he have some money in his
And what do he
pockets?
do? for
What
a
does he do for a living, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are those general conversations that you have?
Damn,
Yes.
Why is the conversation not how is he as a person? Is
Okay,
he?
that's
Is
a
he?
part that too.
That's later though.
Yeah.
I'm trying to prove the point of
What
that's the
point are you
first
talking
thing
That should be.
that matters to y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well let's talk about the effort that y'all be putting in.
Go ahead. Are you talking about? What you talking about?
We're what? Like business? Or
No.
oh, with women?
Yeah.
I mean, y'all don't want to
'Cause if
build
you
with
don't-
us.
No,
So
because have you put in your 50% to build?
I
Or
put
you
in
expecting
100.
her to pull you up?
I put in 100.
We do it
But I'm
together.
a different breed, so
But I think I could settle the whole thing by saying this.
Go ahead.
If you feel like this is what you want,
Then I'm gonna get it.
no. I feel like if it's such a task for you to find this dude, we know where to go to get exactly what we want, right? If you want a pair of shoes like that, you know you're not going to Foot Locker to get those.
No side.
So why go through that hassle? So my thing is, if you know you want this financial car, house, you want all this, go where you know it is.
Right, you shopping at.
What does that have to do with?
it has a lot to do with it because you made the point earlier that, oh, I'm not finna sit up here and you don't meet my standards and we still rock. Well, go get someone who meets those standards that's on the outside, which is the financial.
What I'm gonna go do. I'm just not understanding. Y'all talking about I'm supposed to build somebody up, and I have no problem with building somebody up that's willing to put in that effort.
And I want to say something about that because I know MJ gonna agree with this so heartily, and
Y'all
I'm pretty.
just been
No.
agreeing all day.
No. I know MJ Solomon, and deep down, if you don't want to put it out there, you will too.
Okay, well.
The thing is, a lot of people, and when I say people, I don't want to strictly go at the female because I know dudes who do it too. But once we build somebody, we want the credit for it.
You owe me.
You owe me. I did this for you. You didn't have nowhere to go, and I did this. I feel like that should only come up when the person forgets what's going on or what happened. But for you to just say that to your friend, because a lot of people do it to not directly to the person, but it'll be, hey girl, yeah, he asked me for $100 because he needed it. Like, why is that a conversation?
That mean you really? Ooh, that's a good one.
What?
You really broke.
That's not what relationships
If you ever
are.
tell somebody about something
It's not
that you
genuine.
belong to somebody, that wasn't out of your heart. That was where he owed me this and I want to hold this over his head.
So how do y'all feel would be the most way for moving forward? How would y'all want to be treated?
I would want,
Ooh, let me tell you.
specifically by black
tell you.
women, because I only care about being loved by black women. I don't,
Love me a black man.
I just love black women.
I love
I
me.
would want y'all, right? And I cannot generalize everybody because every black woman is nowhere near the same. I would just want y'all to, accept us for us.
Okay.
Don't be trying to change us. I would want y'all to, build with us as a whole, right? If you see somebody not putting in effort, let them go. Because then I don't want you to be tired when it comes time for my turn, right? I don't want you to be drained from this. Now I need some help. I didn't did that before. I can't do it no more. No.
Okay.
Let him in the past, right?
And so what are you doing to show her that you're worth giving you that time?
Ooh,
I'm gonna show it. I show it a lot. So
Actually, because you
it's
asked
the
him what.
effort, like specifically to where like business or.
I think she's asking,
Just
and tell me if I'm
in
wrong.
terms
I
of
think you're
relationship.
asking, what are you doing for her to really?
Yeah, see your potential.
See your
See that you're worth me building with.
And I think the two answers to that is one, putting your actions to your words, and then being consistent with them. Because it's a lot of times where people, to get a girl, it's like, I'm gonna do this for her, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do all this, and you do it. But once you get her, that's out the window. Now it's like, nah, I got you, so I ain't gotta do all that. So that's why I say, put your words and your actions together, and once you do it, just be consistent with it. Because you know that, okay, when I did this for her, when we first started talking, she was always happy. Keep making her happy. Keep doing it. And then find something else that makes her happy and do that. And it's just a mixture, and then it becomes a revolving door because you throwing stuff in there day by day or week by week, and it's continue to make her happy. But a lot of people, I feel like once they get it, it's like, oh, well, I got her now, or I got him now, so it is what it is, and I don't really have to do.
Comfortable.
Yeah, you get
All right,
complacent.
She go
I
find
would
Tyrone.
also I would like y'all to stop telling women who agree with what their man is doing, who accept from their man for how they are, who would do anything to please their man, to stop calling them pick-me's, right? Stop. Oh, well, she does this for her man. She just a pick-me. Or if somebody tweets something that's good towards men, because, we don't want to see niggas ain't shit all the time on the TL.
Right.
We would like to see some positive stuff about us one day. You see something so often, you start to believe it. So, honestly, if you see it on the TL all day,
True.
now you like, I might as well be doing it. You were going to
Right.
call me that anyway. I would like to see more positive things about us black men. We already go through enough as a whole.
Bro, I'm telling you.
So to get to our own women, like, this is our soulmates, and now
Your
it's
comfort.
y'all ain't shit. Like, ain't like the rest of the world and told us that. Now we gotta come to y'all.
Right,
we
you just
hearing this from
stumping
y'all.
me. You just
You
stumping
stumping it in.
We already on the
What you
ground. You
told?
stumping me more on the ground. Telling me I ain't
Kicking a
shit.
man when
We
he's
just
down.
want to see more
Oh,
positivity from y'all, and we'll do the same in return.
Sally's in distress.
Yeah, we gonna end it right there with,
Yeah.
with what MJ said.
And you know what? I'll say on behalf of the Black Queens Club,
Cause that's what y'all are.
Yeah.
I have my own, but that's what y'all are.
right? You know, and that's good.
That's all I'm saying.
You know, I would just say, I think we do need to make an effort of being more like present.
Vulnerable.
Yeah, more open. You know, and allowing y'all to.
I hope everybody listen. I hope every black woman listens to this. Real
I
talk.
really do, because it's rare.
Especially what she just
that
said.
We get a.
Say it again.
I already said
We would love to hear it
I
again.
think they need to hear it again.
no.
I think she said by being more understanding, patient.
Vulnerable.
But you know what?
Open.
Everybody needs to do their job, and I think if we work on that, not always talking about some niggas ain't shit,
Yeah.
because
Let me
you
hop
know
off
you
that
say
wave.
niggas ain't shit off the one nigga do you wrong, and
Right.
stuff like that.
And then
so,
you with the next nigga. Yeah.
yeah, okay, and so I think if everybody does their job to be more open and understanding,
Mm-hmm.
then I think we'll be on a good path for sure.
Everybody be married. That's
So
right.
guys, I think that was a good show. Like, we had a lot of great things to say, and we want to thank y'all for listening to us today. You can catch us every other Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Follow us at HeSaySheSay Radio on IG and HeSaySheSay Radio Crew on Twitter for updates. Stream us live here on YouTube or go to HeSaySheSay Radio, and don't forget to subscribe. And if you missed this episode, you can catch it live on Spotify, podcast, and SoundCloud. Bye.
Spotify.
Oh my
They be like